I got a new controller. Let's check it out. PowerA saw my rants on Twitter about my Elite Series 2 controller's stick drifts, the unresponsive buttons, the unresponsive bumpers, and reached out to me with a solution. That solution was the Fusion Pro 3. I was skeptical at first because I've only known PowerA as being like a budget-friendly brand, and I really think, despite all of its problems, that the Elite Series 2 is a fantastic controller. It took me about an hour in Call of Duty to alleviate all of my doubts. PowerA is not sponsoring this video. They're just super nice and sent me a couple controllers to check out. I've now been using the Fusion Pro 3 exclusively for 2 months, streaming Call of Duty over at twitch.tv/cupofrobots. The bumpers never fail, the D-pad is responsive, doesn't feel mushy. I've been able to keep my dead zones at 0 with 0 stick drift for the first time in years. The Fusion Pro 3 has almost all of the same features as the Elite Series 2 does, minus wireless connectivity. That makes it much lighter, but there are still the 4 programmable buttons on the back, and they're actually attached to the controller, which is nice. Programming them is super simple. You just hold down the programming button, and then you press the paddle that you want to program, followed by the face button that you want to map to it. Speaking of the face, there is a magnetic cover on the face that's easy to come off, and it makes swapping out the sticks super easy. There are 4 sticks in the package altogether in the case. Speaking of that, there's a nice fancy case. 2 of them are your standard Xbox style sticks. They're like medium height. The other 2 are taller, and there's a couple, they're 2 different sticks, which I thought was a little bit weird, but it's just a tall Xbox style stick, and then a convex style, kind of like PlayStation, but not quite, and it has the little ribbing on the side there. Great sticks, great quality. They're not made of metal like the Elite Series 2 are, but it's fine. You can't tell when you're actually using the controller. There are 2 features the Fusion Pro 3 has that are missing from the Elite, and they are huge quality of life improvements. First up is the share button is back. This was replaced on the Elite Series 2 by a profile select button there. So now it's really nice to be able to just record a clip really quick with just a button press rather than opening the Xbox menu, hitting record what happened, blah, 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 blah. There's also volume control for your headphones right on the controller, which is super nice, but you also can press it down like a button to mute your mic. This is huge for like having a push to talk functionality in Warzone or something like that. The weight is a little bit less than the Elite Series 2, which is I'm actually okay with, but it did take a little bit getting used to. It's also a little bit smaller in your hand than the Elite Series 2, but only in that it's narrower. The sides come in closer. Overall, I think this is one of my favorite controllers I've ever used. It's my daily driver. I've only been switching back to the Elite Series 2 a couple times to just make sure I'm not crazy. And then as soon as the bumpers fail, I go right back. I'm going to have Amazon affiliate links to both the the Pro 3 and the Fusion Pro 4 in the description. And let me know in the comments if you have any other questions that I can answer about this controller, or if you have any experience with it yourself. I hope to see you soon over on twitch.tv/cupofrobots. Until then, happy gaming.